Hey, Riley Besties, welcome back to the Writing with Anna New podcast, where we talk about all things writing. In today's episode, I am very excited to be talking about my projects and giving you guys like synopsi. Someone did comment about what is the plural of synopsis, and I totally forgot about it. But anyways, I'm going to be talking about the synopsis of multiple books. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I'm very excited to get into this episode because I think you guys really like me yapping about my books because it inspires you as well. But also know that you're like the only people, like you listening in, you're like the only person I feel very, I don't know, like this whole community, I can feel like I can, yeah, really explain myself and be passionate about my projects without being shut down because I don't talk about my books with like anybody else. One, because they're probably not interested, and two, because I'm also very insecure. And they're probably gonna ask as soon as I finish explaining, like, have you written it? Have you published it? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. They're just silly little ideas, okay? But anyways, let's stop yapping and get on to this episode. So I'm gonna be kind of going off a Instagram post that I posted. I post on Instagram. I just dropped my phone. Oops. I post on Instagram a lot. So go follow me, please, because I work really hard on my posts. But these are projects that, of course, I'm working on, and I'm going to be reading them out for you guys today. So the first project I have is Project Blackbirds, that you guys probably know as Project BB. This is a sort of kingdom-esque fantasy book. It's around 100K that I haven't really written yet. It was 70K. I've written like a draft, but I kind of got stuck and haven't finished the final act. Therefore, I'm actually rewriting the book in hopes to kind of query it eventually. Some tropes that it has is hesitant allies, rebels, main character without magic. It's kind of like, yeah, a Robin Hood retelling that I describe it as. And yeah, the kind of tagline I have for this book is a vengeful thief and a useful prince. Okay, here's the synopsis. In a kingdom where magic is outlawed and almost forgotten from centuries of oppression by the royal king, a self-taught thief named Robin spends her nights stealing from the castle. She is a peasant orphan who lives in the slums, along with her people, whom are long descendants of magic blood. But it's years before she steals something useful for her revenge upon the king for murdering her parents. Something as useful as a prince. Such bold an act will not only trigger a revolution, but the spark of a dormant magic. Ooh, that's kind of slay. Like, okay, I have changed a little bit in the second draft. I've made it kind of more solid as a foundation. So the kind of premise of the story has changed a bit, but the sort of tropes, the sort of mystery, the sort of dormant magic vibe has definitely stayed the same. So although I do have a video, I think in a post, yeah, about me like rewriting this book, is not changing completely, but I am definitely like focusing on different themes and making it kind of more political, which I'm really interested in. So that's Project Blackbirds. The next project is also another fantasy, a book that you guys maybe know about. It's a book that I have honestly shelved for like nearly 2 years, but I will come back to it, like I promise. I always say that. But I really hope to actually brainstorm this book by the end of the year. But this is Project City of Zeal. It's a high fantasy. I hope it to be a duology, and it's gonna be like around 100, like at least above 100K. Some tropes are found family, fables coming to life, and magic. Okay, here's the pitch. So, on the way home from Dell's high school graduation night, her best friend is abducted by a strange angelic demonoid through a portal in the alleyways of her hometown. Driven on shock and desperation, she has no choice but to follow. But as soon as she stumbles through, she is lured and attacked by beings unknown to her. Beings that roam the ancient, war-torn city of Zeal, a city that contains portals to other worlds, elven worlds, sea worlds, archangel worlds, worlds forgotten from human eyes. When she is saved by a mysterious boy in a mask, she is taken back to an orphanage run by a peculiar group of orphans of war. When Dell convinces them to help her find her friend, they embark on a journey that begins to fulfill the old prophecy. Once a god dies, a demigod is resurrected. Okay, we're getting somewhere. This book definitely it's such a novel. Like it is like I describe it as the book of my heart, to be honest, because it has everything I want in a fantasy book. Like when I remember coming up with the City of Zeal, it's kind of like the world in between worlds, kind of very much inspired by the first Narnia book, The Magician's Nephew, I think. Where they're in this kind of field and there's like portals, but they're kind of wells or little ponds. And it's like a grass field with like guinea pigs running around, which is so cute. Anyways, it's like they jump into the ponds and enter a new world. But this is kind of like the City of Zeal is like a world in between worlds. And it's very much inspired by like the sort of myths and legends of the world of like, we've seen sort of like fairies or people have taken photos of Bigfoot or like cyclopses and cool stuff like that. And it's because the world have been like cut off when the city was in peace before the war, or before Zeal, the god, died. People would mingle throughout the world. So that's why like there's, sorts of remnants or kind of like creatures that once came from another world because they can't get back, if that makes sense. So they're here on Earth. So that's City of Zeal. And did I say the little tagline? I don't think I did. It says, "A golden-crusted city that once harbored a god." Okay, next up we have Project Orchestra. This is a historical fiction book and probably one of my favorite projects that I never knew I would ever write, because I'm very much either into fantasy or literary fiction. So like historical fiction is like quite different. But it's around 100K. Some tropes are 1800s London, romantic revolution, unrequited love in a dual POV with my characters Alex and Lewis that I cannot stop talking about on this channel because I love them with all my heart. The little tagline is, "A young musical conductor recruits a talented busking violinist," which is how I kind of, pitch the book very simply to people. Okay, here is the actual pitch, the longer pitch, and it goes like this. Alexander Lawler is a professional and distinctly young composer and conductor at the Academy of London Music of Arts. When Alexander recruits a homeless migrant, a busking violinist named Lewis Everlock, into his performance, he is threatened to be expelled from the Academy. Alexander Lawler, unable to grant the Academy's wishes to take back his invitation, takes his bet on the violinist. But once Lewis's life becomes entangled in his, Alexander falls down a long path of remembering his unrelenting past that threatens not only his music, but Lewis too. Ooh, yeah. I haven't revisited this project ever since I finished the draft in, I think it was last year. I remember writing it in Hong Kong, actually. It was really, really cool. Yeah, and just like the ending, I remember finishing the ending once I got back and it blew my mind. I have like a reel or like on one of my story posts of me finishing the book. I think I actually have a whole dedicated, little highlights thing for Project O. So yeah, it's so good. I love this book so much. It's very, very Anna, I think. Very, very Anna. So I hope you enjoyed that little pitch. But I love this book so much. Okay, next book is Ghost Side. If you guys don't know Ghost Side, it's my hoping to be, or to be my debut novel. It's I can just read it off here. It's a paranormal literary fiction. Right now it's actually above 50. Oh, I think I've just hit 50K in my edits. Because it used to be a lot smaller, but since going through the drafts, it's actually increased in size, which is a good thing because it's a lot more marketable and there's a lot more oomph for people to read, if you know what I mean. Some tropes I found: family, self-sabotage, and toxic love. The tagline I always say is, "4 ghost boys meet 1 girl." Okay, here is the actual pitch. Red Gibson is a stubborn 17-year-old who was forced to move in with her long-lost grandmother in the outskirts of Alberta, in a suburb that can only be described as a desolate ghost town. When Red intentionally fails to attend school and make new friends, she lives her life in her room obsessed with filling up the pages of a small journal behind her bedroom door. That is until she meets 4 ghost boys, a gang of mysterious and reckless personalities who roam the suburbs. They steal cars, rob small candy shops, and pull pranks on whomever they please. Initially, Red rejects their existence entirely, but as she falls into their carefree nature and ridiculous dares, Red becomes blind to the fact that these boys want her for something darker, a secret motivation that reveals more about herself than anything she's ever known. Bum bum bum. I wish you would do. That's actually not the lyrics. I always thought Billie Eilish. I always thought Billie Eilish said, "I wish you were dead" instead of "I wish you the best." Sorry, that's just my ghost vibes. I wish you were dead. Do 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 do. Anyways, that's Ghost Side. It actually has a title now. It's not Project Ghost anymore. Project Ghost is Project Ghost Side. Anyways, that's a little pitch. I really love this book. Editing it has become one of the most tedious things I've ever had to do. I really don't like editing, to be honest. It's such a hard process and like something that's really, it's not boring, but because I spend so much time in the book and in particular chapters, I'm like afraid I'm getting bored, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or like, no, it's obviously not a good thing, but if it's just a thing I need to be patient with. But like this book is like insane. I love it a lot, and it just is very Anna. I describe it as, a book that I wrote for my 17-year-old self, not to be all cringy and sappy, but it truly is. Like, that's what is, I would actually, like, not scrap this book, maybe actually, but because I have this weird thing in my mind where it's like, it's not a book for me, it's a book for her. I mean, if you read actually my short story, I have it linked in the description. It's called She. It's a short story I published on Sad Girl Diaries. And it explicitly demonstrates the struggle I have. And this weird thing, like, this isn't even just me being a writer. Maybe it is because I reflect so much on my projects, but like, I see myself as a little girl sometimes, and I'm so separated from her. So I'm not writing this for me. I'm writing this for my younger self, which is a bit messed up, but truly, I do love this book, and I think people would really like it. It's a fun time and kind of on the surface level, like very quite humorous and relaxed. So if you just don't and just like ignore the deeper themes, it's just a fun little book, which it definitely started off as, but I realized it was a lot more than that. Okay, we have Project Prison. This is the second last project I have. This is a mystery literary fiction. It's like around 40K, it's a bit shorter. Tropes, questioning social systems, mystery, prison, escape. I do want to preface by saying I lost this whole draft. I wrote, I think it was over 40,000 words of this book, and I lost it. So make sure you double save and save versions. Like, I remember my mum always telling me, just save another version, and I never did it. And yeah, I literally lost this whole book. So whenever I think about it, I get so depressed. But I remember and I retain a lot from writing the book. But not everything. Like, there was so many different little things that I cannot remember. But there will be a time where there will be a time where can I speak? There will be a time where I will need to rewrite it. Anyways, I'm still gonna say it because this is a project and I just lost it, which was dumb. Here is the little tagline. Fate doesn't call upon criminals. The imprisoned must make their own luck. So, here is the pitch. Oh, I love this book so much. This is honestly such an Anna book. I usually kind of group my books in 3. And this book, so Project Prison, Project Ghost, and Project I First Met You in a Graveyard, which is a book that I've actually shelved and decided not to share. They're very much like books that make sense together. I mean, I was thinking maybe if I return to Project I First Met You in a Graveyard and this book, I would love to self-publish these. I don't think they're able to be pitched to agents, and to publishers. I don't think they will take it, to be honest, which is good because these books are very fun and very close to my heart. Anyways, here's the pitch. Kyo has been in a 1980s boy juvenile center for 2 years, confined to his own cell, where the walls have no telling of what he had done. In the midst of his time at juvie, he hears news of his adoptive brother being murdered. His hands itch to escape the man who found His hands itch to escape to the man who found it. His hands itch to escape to find the man who did it. That is until a mysterious new mate is assigned to a bunk with him. This creature is a timid thing and doesn't speak. It's clear to Kyo that they haven't been in a place like this before. Eventually, he takes them under his wing, and after earning their trust, Kyo makes 2 discoveries. His cellmate also doesn't know why they're imprisoned, and his cellmate is a girl. Woo! This book I love. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the fangirl kicking in. I'm sorry. I was like gonna be like very like boom, 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 boom. But this book has a chokehold on me because it's again like kind of Project O where there's 2 characters that mean the freaking world to me. And it's always the second character. This kind of like there's always one that trumps the other, but the second character influences the first character so much. And my obsession, and this is kind of not truly. Oh man. Oh, like literally, I want to write this book so much. I can't believe I lost it. I'm gonna cry. Oh, I love it so much. I'm like tearing up thinking about like the ending. Gosh. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what to say. There's the girl. Well, obviously, I don't know if I want to actually share that when I like actually officially if I ever publish. But like the girl who his name's Jodie. Oh, her name's Jodie. And it's not even her real name. Whoa. Whoa. There's big themes in this book. This book is actually extremely dark. Like Ghost Side's dark. Project I First Met You in a Graveyard is like so fun and cute. But this book is like there's stuff that goes down. Like there's murders and there's like terrible things that happen. Ew, like it's actually gross. Like what eventually kind of sounds very surface level, but truly when I think about it, I'm like, Anna, why did you make this? And especially the ending. Oh my, I remember finishing that book and crying. I know you guys obviously don't know what the book is truly about. I mean, you just got a little snippet, but if you were in my shoes, you'd be sobbing as well. Okay, let's move on to the last episode, the last project. You can clearly see I'm a mess. This is Project Samson, which is really, really fun. This is a post-apocalyptic literary fiction. It has tropes of mystery, time travel, paranormal, and betrayal, and also birds. I love bird imagery in like all of my books. I see it represented so many times, but this is like one of the main themes, which makes me so excited. But it's like dystopian birds. And this book was actually inspired by my sister showing the whole family the movie Birds. It's a Hitchcock film, right? And it scarred me, but also made me obsessed with birds. So it kind of is very much inspired by like birds, but added with technology and dystopia. Here is the tagline. It says, "They saw the end of the world, and one name played in all of their minds, Samson." Okay, honestly, wait, sorry, I keep stopping. This book honestly was initially inspired by my obsession with the name Samson. You can tell that just like I'm weird. I'm just weird like that. But I love the name Samson, and I just like I was so fixated on this character. But yeah, that's kind of the obsession. Anyways, this is the working pitch because I haven't really fully fledged the story out. A group of friends on their way back from a school trip deep in the middle of the Canadian mountains find themselves lost. After trekking for a day and nearly losing each other, they wake up with a name playing in their heads, Samson. When they finally re-emerge out of the fog into civilization, not a soul walks the streets. Only feathers and the same name replaying in their heads give them any lead of what happened. That and the uncanny feeling that although they know the world is empty, they don't feel quite so alone. Bum bum bum, but I wish you the best for the rest of my life. I don't know why that stuck in my head. Yeah. what am I saying? That book is really cool. I enjoy it. I've never written a dystopian, and it's kind of like a very like literary fiction dystopian. And it's interesting. It's kind of more of a fun, weird project that kind of like gives you the chills a little bit when you like get into it. That's kind of like my goal for the book. So yeah, that's all my projects. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this episode so far. I was debating on whether to talk about a couple other projects that I've been kind of thinking about, and it's hilarious because I just like talked about 6 huge books that like I'm not even like close to finalizing. But there is this book I'm hoping to write. It's more of a novelette, and it's a cyberpunk book that I shared in one of my videos, actually, a recent video where I kind of walk through my whole brainstorming process. Maybe I'll let you guys watch that video because I haven't really worked on it since. But that's a fun little project I've been trying to work on. And there also is a secret project that I'm not gonna talk about. Dude, you have no idea how much I want to talk about it so bad. I've only told a couple people about the book. And it is so me. It is like, look, I know like all these books are me, but kind of like this book is like my dream to write. And I want to say exactly what it is, but I can't. I don't even want to say the genre, but you guys probably get it. I think I did a little sneak peek on my Instagram, so check out my Instagram if you guys ever want like little sneak peeks, because I always kind of post on my story a bit. But yeah, they're the couple other projects that I might need to eventually add to the list. But yeah, that's the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your favorite. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my yapping. Sorry if I kind of got distracted and I had to make some cuts because I'm not the best at talking, obviously. So yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the end. It truly means the world. I know this episode's a bit longer, but I also know that you guys like the longer episodes for some reason. You like listening to me yap. I wish my friends, I mean, they do listen to me yap, but I always feel, but this is my video. Like, you can click off if you want. They can't click off me. If you know what I mean? So thank you for being here to allow me to talk about everything. And just thank you in general for this channel and everything. Like, you guys are helping me so much. Just like stay motivated, and having this channel has become such a part of my routine. And something I can look forward to and work on and make myself better at and like show up, and everything like that. I mean, I say this with me forgetting, not forgetting. I was really busy last week. A podcast episode, but I'm trying to do one podcast episode every day. Sorry, not every day. Every week. Every week is enough for me. But I've been playing Minecraft. I know it's like terrible, but I just downloaded Minecraft so I can play with like my boyfriend who's like long distance, and it's so obsessive. I like totally want to play, but I haven't played it today. I won't play it today because I'm good. But sometimes it's fun to have some fun. But I should really start writing and do my uni work because I have exams and stuff like that. Yeah. Thanks for listening to me yap, even for the last 2 minutes. But I love you, and I hope to see you in my next writing episode. And comment down below also any recommendations too, because I just want to post what you guys want. But yeah, love you, and I hope to see you in my next writing episode. Bye, everyone.